In the city of podcast, where the voices collide, there's a show that'll shake you up, take you for a ride. Hosted by Matt and Forrest, they're the masters of the game. Don't be a hero, they ain't here for the fame. With a mic in their hands, they're ready to explore, tackle the topics that others just ignore. From pop culture, the darkest of nights, these two hosts will keep you up with their insights. They'll bring the laughs and they'll bring the heat. There's no topic too taboo, nothing they'll delete. They'll challenge your thoughts, make you question each choice. Don't be a hero, it's time to raise your voice.
Boom.
Bonus.
It's a bonus episode. B to the O to the N to the U to the S to the bonus.
The bonus. Do you know what I love? I love about the bonus episode is that I get to listen to the true Don't Be a Hero podcast theme song.
Oh yeah,
mate.
the true and the only now, mate. It's the big one.
Absolutely elite. It's so good. So good.
Oh,
Anyway, dear listener, hello. We won't be here for too long, but it's a little bonus, little cheeky little episode for you. We've got a couple of things to say. We're going to give you a little bit of an announcement of the plan going forward for a few weeks. We're just going to do a little something for you. Also, we've got an announcement about MCM Comic Con. We'll talk about that. We're going to talk about Agatha. We've got another name change for Agatha. I don't know if it's real or not. It's just hot off the press.
This is. Should we dive straight in, or are you going to give us a delivery tale? I seem to remember in this week's Wednesday podcast, I mentioned about how bad my food delivery was, and you said you got a couple of horror stories.
I do. Well, I've got a couple. I'll give you one, but it doesn't. It's not directly about me, but it's.
Okay.
I was there. I was there when it happened.
Ooh.
So many years ago. I say many years ago. Yeah, about 5 or 6 years ago. I was living in my old house. We had Haley was a baby at the time. I don't think Thea was around. We had friends over, and actually some visiting friends over as well. So it was about about a group of about 8. The number is important here. Okay. Now
8.
we went
Noted.
about 8 of us. Okay, and this is before. And also be aware, this is before Deliveroo, or it was around about where Deliveroo started. I can't remember, but it might have been just at the starting point for Deliveroo. We basically were like, we want some pizza. Okay, let's get some pizza. So we all decided in the evening, we're going to get some pizza. Okay, cool. Where will we go? I don't know. Do you fancy Domino's? I'm like, it's a bit too big for me. Do you know what I mean? It's like a bit much. I want more, just finer dining pizza. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Well, let's have a look, see what who can deliver. Okay, Pizza Express. Do you want a Pizza Express? Okay, yeah, I'll tell you what. Let's get a Pizza Express. Okay, cool. And also, one of the friends at the time said, well, to be honest, I'm not a massive fan of cheese. So if this request is going to happen, it's going to happen with Pizza Express. And I went, that's a bit weird. What's that about? And then we went round, gave her orders. My kind of go-to Pizza Express is the one that has the caramelized onion on the top. I can't remember what it's called.
Ooh, lovely.
Adreno, I think, or something like that.
Definitely
Great,
made that up.
delicious. Goat's cheese. Goat's cheese, caramelized onions, all that great stuff. All right. Somebody else had pepperoni, margarita. Came to my mate and I went, okay, mate, would you want your pizza then? Because it sounds interesting what you're going to get. Yeah, I just want the pizza just with no cheese. Sorry? Yeah, no, I don't. I don't really like cheese at the moment. It's giving me bad stomach pains and all that kind of stuff. I'll just have the pizza just with the tomato base and maybe a couple of things on top. Just no cheese. We're having pizza. Are you sure you don't want a pasta or something else? No. I'll just have that. And I was like, Are you sure? Because they might. No, they'll do it. They'll do it. You know, because I'm going to pay for it. I'll pay for the cheese. I don't want it cheaper. I'll pay for the actual price of what it is. And we're like, okay, cool. So we put in the request. We called them. We called them and put the order in, and then obviously that would be the last thing that we talk about, because you know you can't start with "Can I get a pizza, please, with no cheese?"
No
Can I also
cheese.
have- do you know what I mean? Like, you would start with that. So we finished with that.
I'm
And
looking
they
for
were
a pizza with no base, but also if I could have your pepperoni supreme and your chicken supreme. Thank you. Goodbye.
They were so like bemused and like by the call and by the order that they were like, "Oh yeah, okay, fine. We'll sort that out." So we processed the order, paid for it, all that kind of stuff. Great, orders in. Here we go. Let's bring the Pizza Express in. And also, this is no shade to Pizza Express. This was years ago. Completely over it, by the way. But we waited for about an hour. And we're like, "Oh God, it's taking a while. Okay, we'll just wait a bit." Okay, hour and 10 kind of went past. By that point, you're kind of like, "Let's call them up."
You're getting itchy feet, aren't you?
Called them up. Nobody's answering the phone. Strange. Okay, cool. Fine. Waited an hour and a half. Okay, we'll call them again. Nobody answered the phone. The pizzas didn't turn up. We then received 24 hours later an email saying that they have sent us a refund because they thought that the order was a hoax and a prank.
Oh my God.
Because of the basis that it ended with, "Oh, I can also get a pizza with no cheese on it, please." And they literally thought that we were taking the piss. And it might have been at a point where we were all kind of taking the piss as well, so there was probably laughter in the room and stuff. But yeah, they legit just like took the money, but then decided to cancel the order because they weren't sure.
Oh
And they
my
didn't tell you.
God.
But this is
I mean,
the thing. This was like before like Just Eat, Uber Eats, all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
I think it
I
was
mean,
at the starting point of delivery as well. It was a bit iffy.
decent. The decent thing is to like at least tell you like, yeah, we're giving you your money back because you know we're not giving you cheeseless pizza, but
Why are you having a cheeseless pizza? Let's be
That's-
honest here.
yeah, could you imagine how dry that would be?
Oh my God, don't.
It would be like I'm not just eating dough, I'm just eating tomato-y dough with like someone's just slapped on a pepperoni on tomato like puree. I'm like, lovely.
I mean, at least have vegan cheese. That's not
Yeah.
cheese. Have
No.
fake cheese.
Yeah, no.
But that was one of the takeout stories that I had. I've also got takeout stories with I think you were there, weren't you? Here we order here once like 1 million boxes of cookies. Was that you with me that time?
I think it was. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure I have been with you when we've had lots of cookies.
We went to a pizza place and we just ordered cookies.
Oh, no.
think that was-
No, that wasn't
No?
me. We didn't just
No.
have cookies. We did have
So-
some cookies.
Family Pizza Company, also Family Pizza Company.
Big shout out.
Amazing.
Second week in a row.
Amazing. Second week in a row. They're absolute dudes. Those are people that deliver on the pizza, but they also deliver on these succulent cookies. And they are the tits. They're euphoric, beautiful things. There was one night when me and a bunch of friends, we just went, I just want their cookies. We ordered about, I want to say about 6 boxes. And there's 4
Jesus
cookies in these
Christ.
boxes, yeah. And they gave us 9.
I love that. What a lovely
Love 'em.
people. Lovely people.
I think it was a mistake, but love them. It was great.
What I do remember about Family Pizza Company, about the night when we got the pizza, so me and Matt, we've known each other since 2019 now, so we've known each other for, what is that, 5 years, give or take, and I've known during that whole time that Matt is a vegetarian. Most of the time he's been a vegetarian, I think probably all the time, and you know, Matt tells me quite regularly he's vegetarian, and we got pizzas. Obviously I went for meaty pizza and you went for vegetarian pizza, and I to be honest, Matt, I think this is like the blame was kind of on both sides here, because you said to me, yours looks nice, and I said, do you want a bit? Completely forgetting anything I know about Matt and not eating meat. And then Matt was like, all right, Yeah, I'll have a bit. It must have touched the top of your mouth before you said,
It did.
"This has got meat on it." I'm pretty sure.
I asked you the question: has this got meat on it?
As it was in your mouth. Got meat. Has it got meat on it? And I went, it did, until you literally swallowed just the meat. He was that excited. But yeah, that was. I was horrified because for me, I think at the time, because at the time I thought it was like you hadn't eaten for like eat. You hadn't eaten meat for about 20 years, so I was petrified that I've abolished it.
You shat your pants. You literally shat your pants in front of me.
I did, mate. Which I did because I'm dairy intolerant, but that was no, I'm joking. But yeah, so there you go. Oh, that's a cool story. Good story. I'm glad we asked that.
Sorry about it.
So, moving on, Agatha. So, what is the new name of Agatha's series?
Now, I think this is quite funny. I think this is done. I mean, it's quite clearly this is done deliberately. So throughout I'd say that what feels like 10 years that the Agatha series has been filming and in development, it's also gone through, at least 3 to 4 different name changes. We have had, I think it was Agatha Coven of Chaos at start. I think, no, House of Harkness. Then it was Coven of Chaos, and then it was the Darkhold Diaries. Now, they've just released this week. Say today, it's Wednesday, today is Friday. Time is funny, isn't it? This week, they have decided to basically troll us. Because they have just posted that they've changed the new title treatment of the Agatha series to The Lying Witch with Great Wardrobe.
Fantastic.
What?
What?
What? I don't know if this is real or not, but it's kind of coming through with legit, reputable people, let's say, like Screen Rant are talking about, CBR are talking about it, Marvel Studios themselves have posted about it on X this week, MCU The Direct have just posted about it. Like, it feels like it's very much... they're going to lean into that for a little bit. I don't know if it will be the ending of what the actual title is, but hey, to be fair, clever press there. It's got people talking about it again.
It is, and it has. I do feel like, is there another reason why they're doing that though? As in, it worries me that the execs aren't very confident in the series. So so they've got their marketing team to go, right, what's something really wacky and Agatha-like that we can do that might bring in 4 viewers when this gets released?
Well, maybe that's it. Maybe they just kind of know, like, oh crap, this isn't actually going to be as good as we think.
This is going to be properly dry.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because I am sceptical about the series. I love Agatha. I do really like Agatha, and I think it will be good. I just worry that too much of a good thing doesn't tend to be good. And actually, can she really be as strong on her own for a full series? I don't know.
I agree with you,
mate.
There's not much, pumped hype for it at all. Everything is very much directed towards Deadpool 3, which is understandable, and that's coming up in the next few months. They're publicising that really well. They've been taking the piss out of the Dune Cups and creating different press around the Deadpool 3 Cups and that kind of stuff. Very clever. And now Kevin Feige's going, well, let's do the same thing. Let's take the piss out of ourselves. The fact we've been changing, Agatha series titles. Let's make it this. Aren't we funny? Like, yeah, it's quite clearly a ploy, but we don't really know too much about that show. We haven't received any teasers yet. If this was, for instance, an announcement for a teaser that then gets released later this week, great. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, not too excited still.
I don't know if it was on our Instagram, but I saw someone say online that they think it might be the name of episodes. But I would have got that with the other names, but I don't understand why this episode, this name would be an episode there.
Yeah.
Because if there's a whole episode about her wardrobe, or like even the way she dresses, or like, I can't really see how that, I can't see beyond the literal interpretation of that to see how a good episode would come.
Agatha goes to the Met Gala. There you go.
Yeah.
I think you're right. It can't be
I'm
titles.
interested.
I don't think it can't be titles of episodes. It's got to be just a press thing. It's just a bit of a press thing. But yeah, that's the news.
And it's working because we're talking about
it. Exactly, mate. We've just spoken about it for the last 10 minutes. Like, it's worked. Fair play. Still not excited. Moving on. Shall we talk about the next few weeks for us, though? Because this is exciting.
We should indeed. So Matt is so beyond excited on what's coming next. We are. So What If turned from 1 episode to 2 because we realised there was 9 episodes and we can't possibly fit that in our working week. So we've done part 1 on Wednesday. Part 2 is coming out on the 22nd of May, and then the following week we're going to start The Boys, which means, do you know what that also means? It means when we go to Comic-Con, guess who I'm watching the first series of The Boys with?
With your boy, Matt, right here.
With your boy.
Matt and Forrest, watching a season together of The Boys. I'm excited.
Watching The Boys, just 2 young men just watching The Boys in the comfort of the sofa. Just 2 young boys watching The Boys.
Oh, that was gorgeous, mate.
Oh,
That's
cheers,
beautiful.
man. Well, thank you.
Oh,
People crying.
I sound like Natalie Cassidy then.
Natalie Cassidy.
Beautiful.
It was lovely.
That was beautiful. Yeah, we're watching The Boys still as well. We're watching.
We are, yeah, that's happening.
That's the announcement. We're going to do season 1 of The Boys, and then we'll go into season 2, season 3. We'll probably just do a season in one episode.
He's frozen. I'm frozen. He's frozen.
Oh.
Was that you?
I don't know. I seem to be fine. Oh no.
He's back.
It's because I think the thingy next door, the screen next door is completed.
Oh.
Shall I leave the studio?
I've left. We're still live, by the way, so that means absolutely nothing to our viewers, our listeners. But yes, we're going to be watching The Boys, series 1, 2 and 3 on the 29th of May, 5th of June and 12th of June, which then gets us ready for series 4. I don't quite know how I'm going to fit in a whole series every week, Matt, but if we can't achieve 9 episodes, I don't know how we're going to achieve 15 or so episodes of The Boys, but
I believe in you.
Shit,
But I
how
also
long?
think,
Aren't they an hour long, these episodes? Yeah. I think you're
going to binge it, mate.
8 episodes. So, okay, not too long.
I think you're gonna, maybe we split it up. Maybe we're being too like excited about this and fitting it all. Maybe we do split them up into 2 episodes. I think maybe that's probably the best thing. Actually, yeah, let's do that. This is how we make admin creative decisions. Can we do this? Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that. Sounds great. So yeah, we're going to do The Boys. We're going to park Echo because I don't know about Matt, but I'm feeling like we have marvelled out for quite a while now.
To be fair, it's true.
It's about damn time that we move on, and we'll do The Boys, and then we're just going to go wild for a couple of months before we do Echo in time for Deadpool, and then we're going to go wild again. So this is it. We're basically going to finish What If, and then we're into our new phase of the podcast. Anything goes, Matt.
Mate, isn't that amazing? Like we haven't really thought about what we're going to do actually.
Ah.
But, there's loads to do. There's so many more things to talk about. So many bits of news. I think we're going to be talking about Deadpool 3 for the rest of the year. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With all the things that might happen. But yeah, it's so exciting, dear listener. We're so nearly there. We've nearly finished the MCU marathon. It's a real big achievement. Like, genuinely, I've never stuck to anything this long in my life. We have, by the time next week's episode of What If...
Poor Rachel and the kids.
That's not what I meant.
Joking.
I mean, in terms of, like, a weekly thing... Oh, fucking hell. Thanks, mate. Shitting threw me under the family bus there.
But yeah, no, I completely get the sentiment, and actually, yeah, I agree, mate. It's an absolute journey and a half.
But we would have become 2 years, mate. By the end of next week, we're 2 years old.
18th of May, our first episode came out. So tomorrow, so the day after you're going to hear this,
Jesus,
we're 2 years old.
That's amazing.
Our little podcast, 2 years old. And do you know what? Also, I was going to mention this in the main podcast. I forgot. I'll mention it this. Yeah. We now have got 100 subscribers on Spotify.
Amazing.
We reached 100 last week.
That's awesome. That is really cool. That's genuinely, to a lot of people, that's probably like, I'm going to reckon nothing, but that means a lot to us. That is like a potentially, like, we could fill a room, a cool, spacious room with that many people. So I think we're going in, when we go into our third year, it's about really growing this lovely little podcast into other things as well. So we have been talking about gaming for a long time, so we're going to get into that as we go forward. We've been talking about, I'm really excited about developing something on a theatre front as well.
Potential show, did someone say?
Oh, show, that little flippin' fringy show. I don't know, maybe. I think we've got more interviews coming out as well. Like, honestly, that we've got plans, and it's genuinely speaking now, we've got loads of plans. So when we do reach the marathon pinnacle, once we've done it, we've finished with Deadpool 3, and we're like, we're with ya, we've caught up, here we are. It's our arrival. It's like we've been our little marathon nest, and we're just going to emerge like a beautiful butterfly.
Like a beautiful butterfly. I'm
a beautiful butterfly. Look at the MCO butterfly we are.
And we have our real footage for the week. There you go. That's our anniversary post. Thank you, Matt. Much appreciated. Anyway, I think we've both got to go to bed quite urgently. Not together, although I'd love that. But he's going to go to Rach and his kids.
Wait to comment on for that.
Rach and his kids who are lower down on the framework of how much he's committed to other than this podcast. But yes, we're going to go to Comic-Con as well. I can't wait. Lots of stuff on the way. Love you lots. Give us a rating. Give us a subscribe on Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to your podcast. Drop us an email, don'tbeaheropodcast@gmail.com, and hop on our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, MySpace, wherever we can find you. We'll see you there.
All of those things. I love you. Bye.